Welcome to our 12 Days of Christmas nail art series featuring me, Talia, from Talia's Nail Tales.
And me, from Sarah's Nail Secrets. We had so much fun doing the series last year that we're doing it again with 12 new themes.
Be sure to check the description box below for links to last year's videos. Let's get started.
So my filming client Jamie came back with this set, and if you guys haven't already seen the set, I have a video up and you can click the top corner to watch that. So I started to remove her nails, so I'm clipping off these giant crystals, and she had them all stay on because of that ugly duckling shtick. It's awesome. So I went to file down her nails, and I noticed all that annoying pink is still there from a long time ago. So I actually decided to remove her nails, apply tips, and apply a clear base, and start from there. I didn't want to sculpt her nails because I thought it would take a little bit too much time. So I did just remove her nails, apply tips, and a clear base, and now let's get started. So here's how they look, nice and fresh. All that pink is gone. And the first color I'm going to come in with is from the color blend collection from Glam and Glitz called Midnight Glaze. And I'm just starting at the cuticle area, so the pinky and the pointer finger are going to be the same. I wanted it to be kind of like a dark blue fading into a lighter color, fading into a clear tip. So just coming in right at the cuticle area. And so since I added a clear base this time, I'll be able to remove all this blue next time, and then I won't be stuck with an annoying color that's never ending like that pink was. So you apply it near the cuticle area, and then I'm just patting it down. I allowed it to dry a little bit too much, so that's why I had to use the base of my brush there to really like aggressively pull it down. So I'm coming in with Glitterbels by Annabelle, the peacock feather color. This color is so beautiful. It's like a medium to dark teal. And I'm coming into that next, and I'm just applying that right on top of the Midnight Glaze. So I'm overlapping Midnight Glaze on top of peacock feather in order to kind of wash these colors together. So now I'm coming in with Glitterbels by Annabelle. This one's called Mermaid Tears. It's a little bit lighter blue with a ton of shimmer in it. So I'm applying that right at the base of that peacock feather color, and then I'm kind of pulling it up into that color and then fading it down the clear tip. I forgot to record a mini clip for this, but I'm using the unicorn flakes in lilac from the nail team at the tip here. And then this glitter is called Black Ice from Glitter Heaven Australia, and I'm also applying that along that line as well. So I picked up a small bead of clear acrylic and then dipped that into the loose glitter. And then I just sort of move it around with the tip of my brush, trying to make the glitter look nice and even, but also sparse around the edges just to give it a really pretty look. Sometimes you can really screw up a glitter fade, just depending on how you apply the glitter. You want it to be nice and thin as well. So here I'm coming in with Fairy Dust from the Glitter Life shop. I also dip my brush in some clear acrylic, and then I'm just washing this over top just to give it that shine and glitter, more glitter. You can never have too much glitter. Her ring fingers are the nails that I will be hand painting my winter scene on. So I wanted it to go from light to dark, so the very tip will be the darkest and the top will be the lightest. So here I'm coming in with Unicorn Tears and applying that right at the cuticle area and just washing it down the nail. Then Peacock Feather along that line, and again just wetly placing that on the nail, and then I'm just going to lightly wash that down the nail. Then I'm applying the Midnight Glaze along that line as well, and I'm going to try to blend these colors into each other, but it doesn't have to be perfect because this will have hand painting on top and you're really just not going to see this, but this is just for the background. So here I'm just pulling some of that glitter from the Mermaid Tears down the nail as well. Because like I said, you can never have too much glitter. For her middle finger and her thumb, I'm only using Peacock Feather and Midnight Glaze, and I'm just going to be kind of washing these colors into each other. So I'm starting at the cuticle area with the Peacock Feather color, and I'm just lightly getting that around the cuticle first and then dragging it down the nail. And now I'm just coming in with Midnight Glaze and I'm just washing this over that. So these aren't supposed to blend together. This is supposed to look like a subtle, messy tie-dye sort of look. I just keep layering the colors and slightly blending them together till I get the desired look I want. When all the acrylic has been applied, now I can encapsulate these nails. So I'm using my Glam and Glitz acrylic in clear in the Back to Basics collection. And I'm using my number 12 Nails by Annabelle Glitterbels brush. And I'm coming in right at the cuticle area first to start. And I'm just blending that down the nail and pulling it and dragging it down the nail. Just trying to encapsulate all that glitter. Once I get down to the tip area, I don't like to take too much off. I really like to pat that down so it's nice and even. And I keep my apex closer to the back of the nail near the cuticle area. And I like it to come straight out from there. And that's how I get my coffin shape nice and even and straight from the sidewalls. Depending on how warm or cool my nail room is, I like to do 3 or 4 nails, and then I come back to the pinky nail and I start to pinch it in. Pinching makes more of a C curve and brings your sidewalls in, and it just gives it more of a nicer, slimmer look. This is just personal preference. I did the pinky nail and then I checked the ring finger and it wasn't ready to be pinched. So then I'm moving on and encapsulating the pointer finger. So once I get 4 nails done, then I come back and pinch the ring finger as well. And you can just sit and leave the pinching tool on while you finish encapsulating that finger. But once it comes to the thumb, it's a little bit more difficult. So I usually do 4 nails at a time, pinch 3 of them, take off my pinching tools, finish the thumb, come back and finish pinching the rest of the nails. So here is how all the nails look after they've been encapsulated. So I did not file on camera because I thought it would make this video too long. So after they've been finished filed and cleansed, I'm coming in with Light Elegance buttercreams in the Just White, and the brush I'm using is my Egoista brand art brush. How I came up with this design was I searched winter scene silhouette on Pinterest and Google, and I found some images that I used for inspiration. So I did practice this before my client came, and I did kind of change it up before she came, just to kind of get an idea of what I wanted to do. So here I'm just doing a small snowbank, and then I kind of wanted it to be cut out here. I got that idea from one of the images that I saw. And then I'm just applying this Just White buttercream and drawing first, and then applying it a little bit thicker on the inside. I'm going to be sprinkling some sugar on top of this. So you don't want it to be too thin or the sugar won't stick. I'm using the same glitter that I used on the nails just to incorporate that some more. So I'm just sprinkling that on, and then I had her cure that. After it's been cured, now you can scrape off some of that extra glitter and just keep applying. So here I'm doing a little house now. The buttercreams are great because if you agitate them a little bit more, then the viscosity is a little bit thinner. So I did agitate them a little bit in a little container just to make them a little bit thinner and easier to work with. And this brush is just amazing for small lines, as you can tell. So you just want to fill your brush up with paint and then really wipe off the paint into your container or your jar or your tile, and then just have a little bit left on, and it'll help you get those thin lines. I wanted to do some smoke coming out of the fireplace. I thought that'd be a cute little touch. And again, sprinkling that glitter on top and curing that before finishing off the design. So I wanted to do a little tree, so I first do a little line, and then I go from the line and flick out the edges. I really wanted those edges to come out and flick, but here they weren't, so I have to like move my brush and use the very tip to get those flicked out ends. That'll really make it look like a little tree. And then I'm just adding dots for snowflakes or whatever. And then again, sprinkle on top. So now I'm using my Kiara Sky No Wipe top coat, and I'm top coating the middle finger and the pointer finger and the pinky, but I totally forgot to top coat my winter scene nail, but that's okay because I wanted it to be matte anyway. But just a reference, try to top coat before applying your paint. So then the thumb I remembered, and I'm doing that matte, and I'm going to be painting icicles at the cuticle area. So I'm using my Ugly Duckling matte top coat. Sugared icicles are super easy to do. So I'm just taking that paint and going around the cuticle area first. And then you're just gonna pull it down. So you wanna do like jaggedy lines. So first I'm just doing some lines, and then I'm gonna make this look a little bit more jaggedy in a second. And I'm just going along and creating some random icicles. Some will be longer than the other, some will be nice and short. And you want it to be kind of like a triangle, if you know what I mean. So thicker at the top, thinner at the bottom. Then just sprinkle your sugar on top of that as well and cure it. So again, I did that on the thumb. The only reason I'm showing you is because of it being matte, and I thought you guys would want to see how that looks. So I'm just jiggling my brush when I go down. So you want to pull it down and jiggle your brush. That'll create that kind of jaggedy looking icicle look. Super easy to do. So you want to give that a cure and then wipe off all the extra sugar, and here is my finished winter scene. So I didn't add any crystals, who am I, right? But I thought the hand painting was enough. They didn't really need the crystals. So here is the finished design with the icicles and the hand painting and the clear tips. Which nail is your favorite? I don't know if I can decide. I really love the marbled kind of watery looking icicle nails on the middle finger with them being nice and shiny. These totally give me Vanessa Nails vibes, if you know who that is. Don't they? They remind me so much of her. I wasn't using her as inspiration, but these totally look like something she would do. Also, don't forget to check out what Talia did. Hers are so cute. I absolutely love the little silhouettes inside the cameos. It turned out so good. So make sure you check out her channel and see all her 12 days of holiday nail art as well. And make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another tutorial. Bye!